Greetings, Tiger fans. Welcome to Hardin County High School basketball. The broadcast tonight on WKWX. Bill Sharp here, along with Steve Carnell, as we are at Michaela Welch Gymnasium right here in beautiful downtown Savannah, Tennessee. Is right off Pickwick Road there, don't you know? As this will be a repeat conflict between the Hawks, Lady Hawks, and the Tigers. Didn't turn out that well the last time around. We're hoping things will change in this gymnasium.
Well, I was fixing to say, I hope we don't have a repeat of the last time. But, you know, Bill, we were over there, and number one, they were the number one team coming in. You know, they just won a state championship undefeated. And it's a little bit of an imposing place to play. It's a smaller gym. They really love their basketball over there. And you could tell – we just happened to be that night down on the floor close to it, and you could kind of see we were a little bit intimidated. And they got some really good players. They got one girl that's maybe one of the best players in the state of Tennessee.
I was just telling the coach here that Jaden Askins
Yeah.
is as good as any junior I've ever seen.
Yeah,
and,
yeah, that's the sad part. She's a junior. we got to deal with her some more. But you know, we got a big win over Northside on Tuesday night. I know Northside is not what they've been, but anytime you can grab a district win. And then I look for us to play better tonight. We know what to expect now from them. We're at home, so we've shot the ball really well here. You know, we just got to make sure they don't get out on a run like they did last time.
Yeah, and, of course, Coach Kirk was on Wednesday night. Sorry, I get stuck on Tuesday. But he was on Wednesday night, and he brought up the point that they played even in the third quarter.
Yeah.
The first quarter was a disaster. Second quarter was better, and the third quarter was an even Steven kind of play. So, you know, substitutions discounted. Probably there's an opportunity there to build some confidence. In fact, well, at least you played with them for a quarter. Why not turn that into two, maybe three quarters, and maybe that'll be enough to win?
Yeah, the thing about this team, the Southside team, is this. They're good enough to kind of play along with you, but they're also good enough that if they want to turn it on, they can turn it on. You know, they surprised us
we thought
the
they'd
other
press,
night. We
yeah.
press. They typically will press you from the start of the game to the end. They ran different multiple type defenses and presses, and sometimes they go back. Sometimes they might catch us at half court, sometimes full court. So, but like I said, they're well coached. They're a good team. They're really athletic. They got some shooters. But I look for us to play well tonight.
Later on tonight, of course, the boys will go in action against the Hawks, and that is a winnable ball game. We're just going to have to play our best.
Yeah, same thing happened there. You know, we had one bad quarter. That was the second quarter. Right. And one guy came in and had 15 points.
Right.
And we ended up losing by 20.
He hit 5 straight threes.
Yeah, 5 straight threes.
Never
It never touched the rim again. But, yeah, you know, that was one of those games that just kind of got away from us, and we didn't shoot the ball particularly well in the second half either. And so I think, you know, people that's asked me around town, I've told them, I said, I think the boys will compete. I think we got a really good opportunity to get the second win here. Had a big win Tuesday night over Northside.
Oh, you missed it, but it was an outstanding game played by the Tigers. They did as well as I've seen them, and the Lady Tigers piled on some scoring themselves. So, you know, this ice break and the time out of the gymnasium and practice and all that, it balances out between teams, and we'll just see which one of these two teams is going to come in better prepared tonight.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
All right, let's take a pause here for a word from our sponsors. We'll come back after the national anthem with the starting lineups. So stay with us here on K93. So the Jackson Southside Lady Hawks are being introduced right now. First off the bench there is number 2, Rakia Mitchell. She's followed by Jaden Askins. Then Akira Lacey. Felicity Long. And the last starter is Kimora Curry. Head coach Brent McNeil. And I don't have their record. I'd say it's pretty heavy with wins. But I do know they've lost several games before the break.
I wonder how they. Oh, you're talking about the girls?
Yeah, right.
I think they had lost 4 or 5 at one time, but they play a lot of really good teams.
Lilybeth DeBerry, a sophomore. DeBerry, I keep mispronouncing that. One of these days I'm going to get slapped. Clara Callahan, a senior, is starting for the Lady Tigers tonight. Neely Barrier is a senior. Hannah Miller, a sophomore. And Riley Strickland, a junior. Head coach Brandon Kirk, assistant coaches Todd McGee and Cindy Hughes. And we are about to get underway here with some Rock'em Sock'em fireworks in McCaleb Welch. Riley Strickland once again getting jump center against Askins.
Boy, that's fun.
And Hall Tigers are on the defensive
she
end of the floor.
She must have lost the coin toss.
And she taps it back quickly to Lacey, and we're underway. Tigers drop back in a 2-3 zone. Askins on the left side for 3. It's off no good. Rebound taken down by Miller. Miller to Strickland to catch Callahan up ahead. She misses a layup, got under too far. Askins with the rebound, outlet pass down to Curry. Curry goes under, misses the shot. Askins with the follow, no good. Tipped out of bounds, touched last by the Hawks, Lady Hawks. Their full court pressure being applied. DeBerry gets it over to Strickland. Strickland back to DeBerry. Having trouble. Gonna need somebody in the middle. Finally, DeBerry gets it across the line in time. Underneath, they get it under. Askins gets the strip. If we're going to run with it, check that. That's Mitchell. Mitchell drives down, puts the shot up off the glass on the left side, and she scores for the Lady Hawks. 2-0 here early in the first. Barrier inbounds. Goes to Strickland. Now on the left side with it is DeBerry. Barrier over in the corner trying to get it to Strickland, and it got knocked away right as it went into the lane there, and it will be touched last, I think, by Curry. It will be Tiger basketball. Here's Barrier for a 3 off the inbounds pass. It's off no good. Rebound taken down by Askins. Check that, Curry. Curry gets into forecourt and just loses the basketball. Comes into the hands of DeBerry, or rather Miller. Down now, and a bank shot off the left side, and Barrier buries a 3 from the left wing, and it's going to be a 3-2 Tiger lead right now. 6:29 left to go, first period. Curry dribbling outside, pestered by Barrier. Again, a 2-3 zone. They're packing it in there on Askins. Here's a shot that's off on the left wing. It's no good. Rebound fought for, tapped out, and touched last by Curry. Give it to the Tigers. Barrier inbound to Miller. Now to DeBerry. DeBerry to Barrier. Now to Barrier. She's going to run out of time. Finally get it across, but it's going to go out of bounds. Touched last by Barrier. As the Tigers are really struggling with this quick full court pressure. And that turned into a turnover. Give it to the Lady Hawks. 6 minutes left to go in the first period. Tigers up 3-2. Here's a long three-pointer off the right side. It's going to be an air ball put up and no good by Lacey. She was about 6 inches short of the rim and goes out untouched. Give it to the Tigers baseline. Clock down to 5:50 now in the first quarter. Miller cross court now to DeBerry. She's going to have to hurry. She finally gets it back to Miller into the forecourt. Cross court, and they try to go to Strickland. Strickland will have it tapped away by Curry, but knocked out of bounds. Touched last by the Hawks. Give it to the Lady Tigers left of the lane on the baseline. Into DeBerry. Now back to Barrier. Coming around is Strickland. She'll go to the right side, flip it back outside to Miller. Miller tries to go back to Strickland and throws it into the bleachers. Strickland just went the wrong way, or the pass went the wrong way, one or the other. They didn't connect. And the Lady Hawks take possession. Lacey with it on the right side. Tries to go inside to Askins. Can't go. Now in the corner. A three-pointer put up and good by Curry. Curry nailed one from the baseline. It's 5-3 now. Tigers down by 2.
Hurry, get it in.
They're trying. They're going to run out of time, and they don't make it mid-court on this pressure. We're just not getting a player in position in the middle, and they're cutting that off.
Yeah, and we're doing a lot of just kind of throwing it back and forth and not, getting aggressive with it and take it up the floor. I mean, you got to take a chance anyway.
So, Lady Hawks take possession again now with 4:49 left to go in the first period. They lead 5-3. On the left side, they go down to Curry. Right side,
she walked.
Driving in. There's going to be a foul called at about the same time, and I think Steve and I both saw her travel with the basketball. And Lacey's going to go to the line to shoot 2. Foul is going to be on Callahan. Her first, team's first, game's first. Shot's no good, and it's all. Well, she hit both of them. She got 2 shots off before I could even see them.
No, she didn't get 2 shots off.
Well, she didn't hit the basket, did she? I didn't think it went in. Anyway, they're giving them the points. It's 9-3. Tigers come down, miss a shot. Quick rebound by the Hawks, and down the floor they go. A 3-point shot off the left side is off no good by Cook, Amira Cook, who's in the game for the Hawks. Down on the other end, a quick pass over to Barrier. Barrier's shot for 3 is no good. Rebound Tigers. Miller with it outside. Now to Strickland. Strickland going to get called for traveling. And Brent Neal, the coach for Southside, made that call. The officials just kind of backed him up.
Not that it matters, but I think that score is
that
should be 8-3.
Seem right. It doesn't. Something's wrong here.
Yeah.
And I think she only took 1 free throw, and she didn't hit the basket. So down inside, the Hawks go to the right side to put up a 3 off the right for north side, and it's going to be good by Kimora Curry. And it scoreboard shows 12-3. We'll check and make sure that's right. It's been wrong before. All right, we got a 30-second pause here for a timeout. We'll be back after these words. All right, Tigers have it settled down and got Callahan in the middle at midcourt, and they broke the press pretty easily. Strickland on the right side now to Miller, who's on the right wing. Now to DeBerry. Now here's a long 3 bank shot from the corner there by Barrier. No good. Rebound is Miller. She goes up for the follow. It's going to be
hell ball.
No good, but a hell ball. I thought perhaps he'd call a foul.
Hannah got the rebound. They called a jump ball on the block.
Tigers inbounding on the end line. They get it to Barrier in the corner. Now to DeBerry. To Strickland at the head of the key. Back to DeBerry. Trying to go out to Miller on the left wing. Stolen away there. Coming out with it is Lacey. She's in the forecourt. They go to the left wing to Curry. Back outside to Lacey. 12-3. may be the legitimate score. We'll have to stick with it. Askins in the corner. Here's a three-pointer put off and no good by Curry. Rebound. Callahan is tied up there with Askins. And it will be held ball. Give it to the Lady Hawks. Right now they lead by 9. The Tigers only good on one basket so far in the first quarter with 2:46 remaining. Here's a three-pointer off the inbounds pass. It's off no good. Will go out of bounds and untouched. Mitchell had a chance for it in the corner, and she just gave up on it. And it will be Hardin County High School Lady Tiger basketball in the backcourt. Across the timeline. They get it now to Miller on the right side. DeBerry now on the left wing. Now they're going to try to get it to three. I got three there as a shot by Barrier hit the rim and bounced over the backboard, landing on the supports. And not only are we having trouble with turnovers, we're having trouble with shooting thus far. And the Hawks will take it out with 2:20 left to go in the first period. Tigers down 12-3. Lacey inside, tries to bounce pass it to Dilworth, a substitute. Throws it through her hands. There's a low pass at her feet. She just kind of made a half effort at it, and the Tigers will end up with the basketball. Miscue there by the Lady Hawks. Tigers have got to find a way to get inside. Now they've got Kylie Ramsey into the game for Callahan. Also Molly Pierce in the game for the Tigers. She'll try to pass it into Miller, and there's a steal. Askins gets the ball, heads to the offensive end, and travels with the basketball. So that's going to help the Tiger cause a little bit with 1:55 left to go in the first. Down by 9. They need a basket here. So Ramsey throws it in to Pierce, and it goes through her hands and will be knocked out of bounds by the Hawks. Give it to the Tigers with 1:51 left to go in the period. Pierce gets the inbounds pass. In trouble. Gets it down to Barrier. Barrier has it knocked out of bounds. And I think Askins got a hand on it. Now there's a substitution. Askins comes out. Also, Lacey comes out. And I'll fill you in who's in a minute. Cohill, Zandria Cohill is in. 1:40 left to go. Tigers working the perimeter. They go now to Ramsey. Ramsey stuck in the circle. Gets it to Pierce. Loose ball now picked up by Miller on the right wing. Out and out of Pierce. Pierce dribbles, loses control, goes to the floor. And there's going to be a ball that will be pushed out of bounds by Cohill. Cohill was tangled up there with Miller and Pierce, and I think even Ramsey was involved in it, and it finally got pitched out of bounds. Give it to the Tigers with 1:18 remaining. Miller backing her way into the circle. Gets it out now to Barrier. Barrier goes in the circle, goes to the right. It's going to go up with a shot, but she will be hammered. Maybe in the act of shooting. Let's see. Foul's going to be on Kimora Curry. Her first. Team's first. And to the line goes Neely Barrier shooting 2. First shot's good. Neely went to town on free throws the other night and practically won the game single-handedly with free throws. First shot's good. Second one is off. Hawks with the rebound. 1 minute left to go. Tigers down by 8. Curry across the timeline. Goes to Cohill. Under now to Dilworth. Dilworth, bank shot's going to be good, and she's fouled. She got down on the low post, put up about a 2-footer. Foul's going to be on Miller, her first, team second. And to the line will go Dilworth. Shooting 1 for the three-point play. It's 14-4 now. It's the first time that the Lady Hawks have been in double figures. Shots off, no good. Rebound is tapped away, and Tigers will control. 51.1 seconds remaining in the first period. Tigers down 14-4. Having trouble scoring. Barrier. Get it out now to Pierce on the right side. She's going to try Dilworth on the right side. Now, Miller with it. Back to Pierce. To DeBerry, who's gone out high at the circle. Now to Ramsey. Ramsey in the circle. Stops on the free throw line. Gets it to Barrier. 21 seconds. Barrier drives. Tries to hook it down in to Ramsey, but it's going to be stolen away there by the Hawks. And down the floor they come running. The shot's going to be up by Green. It's no good. Rebound picked up by Ramsey. Outlet pass with 6 seconds left. Barrier is going to get knocked to the floor. I hope that wasn't her head hitting that step. She fell right into the bleacher steps there in front of the student section and got up a little dizzy. Now 3 seconds. Barrier puts up a shot at the buzzer, and that's going to be it. First quarter is going to come to a close, and it's 14-4. Tigers down by 10. We'll take a 60-second pause. We'll be right back. Lady Hawks have it to start the second period. Askins comes out on the left wing to receive a bounce pass and then heads toward the top of the key. Kicks it back to Lacey down in the corner now to Long. And a Barrier gets a steal. Luke's ball on the floor. It gets knocked out of bounds. Mitchell dives in with Strickland. And it goes out of bounds. Touched last by Mitchell. Give it to the Tigers in the backcourt. Once again, full court pressure. Strickland trying to get it across, gets it to DeBerry. DeBerry just in time. Here's a pass in. That's stolen away by Askins. She just jerked it out of the air. It's off on the fast break. Will drive in the lane, and she'll travel with the basketball. Strickland got back just in time to give her pressure, and she took a step in the wrong direction and couldn't recover. It will be Tiger basketball in the baseline. Miller to DeBerry. Now a steal at midcourt. Coming up with it is Askins. She'll kick it in the corner. Curry with it. Outside now in the lane. 12-foot jumper's off. No good by Lacey. Rebound and a jumper put up on the baseline. It's up and good by Mitchell. She picks up the first 2 points in the second period. 7:06 remaining here to half. Tigers down 16-4 now. Inbound to Miller. Hannah tries to lob it. Has it stolen away and taking it up and laying it up and in as Amira Cook, and she's going to pick up an easy 2 there. The Tigers just kind of haphazard in a way under this pressure, and there's timeout on the floor. Timeout Tigers. 6:59 after going to second, down 18-4, back in 30. Tigers take it out. Baseline down now by 14. Tigers get it across the timeline. Strickland gets it now to Barrier, and they're going to call Strickland for traveling. The old song, if it ain't one thing, it's another.
Yeah, we've had a lot of turnovers, but these unforced errors they're killers against this team.
Askins now has it on the left wing for the Lady Hawks. Gets it over to Lacey. Lacey hooks it around the end and has it stolen away by Strickland. So Riley Strickland is going to be fouled in the process of trying to get it down the floor. And the foul is going to be on Lacey. Her first and the team's first in this quarter. Strickland will inbound it to DeBerry in the backcourt. She'll be met there by Long as she enters the forecourt. Man-to-man there to Callahan, free throw line. Callahan kicks it out to DeBerry. DeBerry looks and gets it to Strickland. Strickland lobs it in, trying to get it to Barrier. It's stolen away. Outlet pass down the floor goes Askins. She'll get the easy layup, and it's 20-4 now. Tigers down by 16. 6 minutes left to go in the half. Got to come up with a solution here. Callahan back now to DeBerry. She's across the timeline.
Got to do something with it and call timeout.
Yeah, she runs into a 5-second call. Not able to get it away under pressure there by Lacey, and it'll be a turnover.
Yeah, this pressure is starting to wear here in the second quarter for sure.
Kamora Curry goes on the left side now to Cook. Down in the corner, a three. It's off, no good. Rebound taken down by DeBerry. DeBerry running the floor. She's picked up at midcourt by Cook. Gets it over now to Barrier. Barrier drives in the lane, goes in for the shot. Tries a desperation bank shot on the right side. Rebound is going to be taken down by Askins. Outlet pass down on the other end. Now Askins has it. Lobs it underneath and going up for the easy basket. And really kind of embarrassing the Tigers with that play. It's 22-4. Now DeBerry gets it across the floor, the timeline that is, to Pierce, and it gets knocked out of bounds, pressured by Rakia Mitchell. And the defense that they play is taking a terrible toll on the Tigers tonight. They've been outscored 8-0 in this quarter. Pierce tries to go inside to Miller and goes right through. Didn't see anyone touch it, and it's out of bounds into the cheering squad there on the end of the gym.
You know, Bill, I hadn't seen Green out there tonight. I don't see her on the sideline.
So the Hawks bring it down. There's a whistle and a foul called on Barrier. Trying to make something happen defensively. Ramsey back in the game. Also into the game is Kate Helen Parrish. Avery Beavis in the game for the Tigers. Here's a shot off the left side. It's off, no good by Curry. Fight for the rebound. A big pile up on the right side of the basket. And it's going to be Tiger basketball on the alternation. Tigers down by 18. 4:26 left to go here in the second. Now to Miller on the right side. Miller lobs it over now, gets it to DeBerry. Way outside left. Now to Miller. Back to Barrier. Barrier for three. Short. Rebound taken down by Kemp. That's Rihanna Kemp. Outlet pass down. Now Kemp has it on the right side. Gets it back now to Cook. Amira Cook dribbling outside, lobs it off over to Askins. Askins takes it to the glass and banks it home. We got no answer for that. 24-4, Tigers down by 20. So with it now is Barrier on the left, underneath to DeBerry. They're playing catch over on the left side. DeBerry finally decides to take it on a dribble toward midcourt. Has it tapped away by Cook. Cook is going to go in for a layup. Let's see if Miller can get there in time, and she did. But there is and it's blocked the shot. And I thought perhaps there would be a foul there. But it just went out on Miller. Great play there by Hannah. Stopped it easy, too. It's a pass inbounds and a quick 2 points by Addison Dilworth. She takes the inbounds pass, no more than a 2 count, lays it up and in. 26-4. Tigers down. 3 minutes left to go in a half. Haven't scored in the second quarter. Ramsey goes in the lane, kicks it down in the corner, back outside now to DeBerry. To Strickland on the left side. She rolls to the right, guarded there by Mitchell. Gets it now to Hannah Miller. Miller stops, lobs it under to Strickland. Down into DeBerry for 3 in the corner, in and out. No good. Rebound. Cook. Out of the pass down the floor. They get it almost underneath, but they could not quite carry it. Dilworth could not quite get a shot off. They go inside the lane, driving in. Dilworth puts the shot up. It's off, no good. Rebound taken down by Miller. Miller gets it to DeBerry, the Tigers. One good thing is they're not being pressed now. 2:09 left to go here. And they're going to call Ramsey for traveling. Just add insult to injury. The Lady Tigers getting a basketball lesson here in this first half. 26-4, particularly in this second quarter, 12-0. And Lacey comes across the timeline, goes down in the corner. There's a 3 from the baseline, no good. Struggle for the rebound, and it's touched last, I think, by Miller. Hannah Miller's been tied up in a lot of stuff tonight. She's been all over the floor. And there's a pass in the lane, turnaround jumper. Ramsey did her best, but Dilworth's going to get an easy deuce under there, right over the top of her. And it's 28-4. Fans here definitely don't want a goose egg in this second quarter. Pass down out, and with it is Parrish to Ramsey. Underneath going in is Strickland. Strickland has a shot. She missed it, but she's fouled. Foul's going to be on Kemp. Steve, there have been 5 fouls called so far tonight. First shot is good.
Well, that's kind of the way it should be. Y'all were telling me before the game started that there's about 40-something called just in the girls' game alone the other night.
Right, it's a bunch.
Yeah.
Got both of them, so the Tigers don't get blanked. It's 14-2 this quarter. They're down 28-6 with 1:18 left to go here in the half. Lacey down in the corner, and that's 2 Lacey's on this team. Just now noticed that. And we got a traveling call on Akira Lacey, not Mila Lacey. And the Tigers will get it out with 59 seconds left to go here in the first half of play. Tigers down 28-6. Pass in, Callahan gets batted away. Picked up on the floor by Lacey. She drives in the lane, goes under, misses the shot. But ball is going to be kind of carried out of bounds with 3 or 4 players there. And they say the one whose foot touched the floor first was from the Lady Hawks. So they're going to give it to the Tigers with 41 seconds remaining in this first half. So DeBerry has it down in the corner, goes baseline, tries to kick it out on the left wing down the baseline to Avery Beavis. And bless Avery's heart, she had no chance to get that pass, and it was just everything was pushed out of bounds there and didn't go the Tigers' way. Give it to the Hawks with 18 seconds. They come across the timeline. Not in any big hurry. Lacey, 10 seconds now. Over now. Here's a three-pointer by Askins, which is an air ball. Rebound taken down by Strickland. Outlet passes down, and they will not be able to get a shot off prior to the buzzer. And 28-6 is your halftime score.
I don't know what to say. I thought that we would, after seeing it, on their floor, might could adjust a little bit about how they would attack us, and we didn't. And it looks a lot like what we saw over there.
Yeah, but what we feared over there didn't happen. They didn't press all night.
Yeah,
they didn't even press in the first half. Tonight, the press killed us.
Yeah. They came out, put pressure on us, and what that does, we don't have enough ball handlers. We don't have enough guard-type play with experience that can handle that. So what you see is you see us speed up. You see us start making mistakes. We make passes. We think we see something there that's not there. You hurry your shots. We've seen some wild shots. I mean, it makes you do things typically. If you go back and watch a film as a player, you go, what in the world am I doing? But that's what that does, and it just keeps on and keeps on and keeps on.
And don't forget to mention that they've got a bench that is deep.
Yeah,
well.
they're second team, and they even went 3 deep.
Yeah.
They can play, but when you're practicing against that type talent each and every day, I mean it makes your bench deeper. But
yeah.
And two, we've turned it over a lot. We've missed shots. We've had some unforced errors, and you cannot do that against this team and stay in the ball game.
Right, no question. Halftime score: Lady Tigers trail 28-6 to Jackson Southside. We'll take a pause here for a word, and we'll come back after this. Stay with us.
All right, welcome back to Michaela Welch Gymnasium. I'm Steve Cornell along with Bill Sharp, bringing you Hardin County basketball tonight. On this Friday night, Jackson Southside on top of the Lady Tigers 28-6 at the half. I'm joined now by Ryan Geyer. And Ryan, we were just talking off the air, and the conclusion is this: in a game like this, before we get to y'all's game, this is a bad matchup for us. Youth against experience, against a state championship team, against a team that won 34 games last year.
Yeah, you go 34-0. You set a standard over there, and they lost a good senior class, but obviously they are working to replace them, and they've improved throughout the year, and they look even better tonight than they did a couple weeks ago when we played them. So they'll be a tough out throughout the postseason play.
Well, I didn't get to be here Wednesday night. I was out of town, but I listened to Bill and to 93.5 during the game on my app, and it seemed like, and I heard Bill make this comment, and I want to go back to last year. We had the region here. Is that correct?
Yes.
With them, that he thought that they would try to run us out of the gym and get up and down the floor. And I can remember when he said that, my memory served me right. I thought the same thing last year, and we kind of got in a half-court deal with them, which played in our hand, and it seemed like that's what happened again Wednesday night.
Yeah, it was. They didn't pressure us as much as I probably initially thought they would, and it kind of played out similar to last year, except we were able to get the lead and maintain the lead when last year we kind of had to play from behind and come back and to win that game. But it was a very similar style game. We defended really well and rebounded the ball, which was big for us, and we did handle it against pressure outside of about a minute and 15-second stretch. So got to work on that. We're going to see that again tonight, but we were able to execute and do what we needed to do. But it was a good win for us and giving us some confidence coming into tonight's game.
Yeah, especially after the loss to McNairy County, that pulls you back even at 1-1 in the district. Comparing the two teams, we played Southside earlier a couple of weeks ago. Comparing the two teams, what should we expect tonight from what we saw Tuesday night and this team we're playing tonight?
This team is probably the most physical team in the district. They play with relentless pressure, so we're going to have to handle it physically and mentally. Can't allow to psychologically get out of the game after a mistake. So we've just got to play like we're capable of playing, rebound the ball, limit turnovers, get back in transition, and stop their transition game. And that's what they like to do is pressure and get up and down and start creating what I call it a track meet. But that's something we talked about today is just can't let it become that. We've got to slow it down when we need to. Got to take what they give us, but be able to pull it out when we need to and run stuff. And, it's going to be a test for sure. They're a really good team. Been in the state tournament several times over the past 10, 12 years. So it's going to be a test. I think that we've improved since we played them a few weeks ago. I think that playing at home will be a factor as well and a huge benefit. So we've got to come out early and play well early in the game in the first 3 or 4 minutes and kind of settle us in and dictate kind of how we want to play. But they're not going to stop. It's going to be relentless all night.
Now, have they played Northside already?
They have not.
Okay.
They were supposed to play last week and it got canceled due to the weather.
So they that's what my comparison. I didn't realize they hadn't played yet. So, but looking forward to it tonight. And I was telling Bill the pregame of the girls. I said, really and truly, we have one bad quarter over there. If we'd have shot the ball better in the second half, that would have been a lot closer game. And we also have one guy. I think we ended up getting beat 20. Mm-hmm. He had 15 on us.
He did
by surprise. And other than that, it's a pretty good contest.
Yeah, they played McNairy Central the other night. It was a 6 to 8 point game at half, and then in the third quarter it kind of got stretched out, similar to what they did to us. But if we could come in and settle in early and make some shots and give us some confidence, that'll go a long way. And it's going to be a battle for sure, but hopefully we're in it in the fourth where we can have a stretch to close out and get a win.
All right, I appreciate Ryan coming up, and we'll talk more about tonight's game, Tuesday night's game, what's ahead for the Tigers and Lady Tigers tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. for Sports Talk. You can tune in to 93.5 FM. 28-6 is the score at halftime. Lady Hawks on top of the Lady Tigers. We'll take a quick timeout, and we'll have a look at the scoring when we return.
Lady Tigers down 28-6 here at halftime as we're nearing the start of the third period here in Michaela Welch. Bill Sharp along with Steve Carnell, and we're hoping that we'll see some type of epiphany from the Lady Tigers here in this quarter. That'll try to, as they did up in Jackson a couple of weeks ago, they hope that maybe they can do that again and maybe just claw back into this game. Right now, they're poised at the point of the 30-point mark, which will mean they'd run the clock in the second half if it continues to build. So I certainly hope that they're able to even the scales a little bit. I don't know if Coach McNeil will pull the plug player-wise, but as we mentioned, their bench is just as good as their first team, at least by shade anyway. So Hawks have the basketball to start the third period, and they're underway right now. With it is Lacey, who dribbles against barrier on the right wing. There's a three-pointer off the right side. Oh, my goodness. Kimora Curry knocks down a three right off the bat, and it's 31-6. Full court pressure. Lacey has it stolen away. Lacey will take it in for an easy layup. So 5-point quick points in the first 30 seconds of this quarter, and it's 33-6. Barrier has to call timeout to get the ball in on the end line. And with timeout on the floor, the Tigers trail 33-6. We'll be back in 1 minute. So head coach Brandon Kirk gives his girls a little pep talk while we were away, and it looks like Riley Strickland's going to be inbounding it against full court pressure. Get it to Callahan, back to Strickland. Strickland working against Lacey. Lacey fronting her all the way. Strickland finally gets it across mid-court line, looking for some help. She'll get it over to DeBerry on the right wing, way outside. She's guarded by Mitchell. DeBerry crosses the lane, gets it over now to Barrier. Barrier in the corner. Miller on the dribble, right side. Now under to Callahan. Her jumper won't go. Rebound taken down, and Cook is off to the races, or rather check that. That's Askins. Askins goes in, lays it up, and gets an easy deuce there. She's got 6 on the night tonight.
I was fixing to say she's been quiet. I hope she don't get fired up here in this second half. She hasn't been in the game a whole lot, really.
Tigers inbounds pass gets batted away, but they will get it back with 6:36 left to go in the third. 35-6. DeBerry over now to Strickland. Coach McNeil wanted a traveling call on Strickland. Didn't get it. Strickland goes down on the sideline, and Miller is going to take the pass but step out of bounds in the process. They are forcing our players to the sidelines.
Well, we're helping them out by dribbling that way.
By going there, yes. Yeah. But that's what's kind of killing us, is they're getting us out of position and then squeezing us. Now, with it is Lacey. She'll drive in the lane, go in for the layup. It just rolls out. Rebound, Askins. She'll back up, go to the left wing. Over to Curry. Now for a three off the left wing. It's off, no good by Long. Ball goes out of bounds on the exact opposite side of the court. And it will be touched last by one of the Lady Hawks. Give it to Hardin County. Wanting to get on the scoreboard here in the third period to get it to Barrier. Barrier is going to be double teamed, have it stripped away. Curry and Lacey both double teamed. Barrier took the ball away from her. Down in the corner, here's a three-pointer. It's in and out, no good by Long. Rebound taken down by Barrier to Strickland. Strickland now to DeBerry. DeBerry has the ball stolen away, and Lacey will go down for the shot, but DeBerry's there to block it. Way to go, Lily Beth. One thing about it, she didn't quit. She stayed with it and blocked the shot.
My rotator's going to be sore after doing this camera back and forth so fast.
Inbounds goes to Askins. She puts about a half alley-oop up. It falls off, but a whistle and a foul is going to be called on Miller, her second for the night, first in the quarter for either team. Inbounds, alley-oops up and good by Askins. I mean, they don't get you one way, they get you another. 37-6. DeBerry across the timeline being hounded there by Cook. And now the ball will be knocked out of bounds. Let's see. A whistle and a foul is going to be called. It's going to be called on Cook. Her first. And team's first in this quarter. 5 minutes left in the third, 37-6. Tigers down by 31. Miller circles the lane, goes in, puts up a bank shot, had a chance, didn't go, but she was fouled. So Hannah Miller will go to the line. Foul's going to be on Lacey. Her first, team second. And as I said, Hannah Miller on the line. Shot hit the rim, went up, hit the top of the backboard, came down, hit the rim again, and fell off. Second shot did not go. Rebound, Long. Across the timeline comes Curry dribbling. Picked up there by Barrier. Outside to Cook. Cook dribbles to free throw line. Kicks it out to Curry. Under 4:30 here in the third. Here's a driving bank shot that was a prayer. And Askins hit it off the top of, almost off the top of the backboard. 39-6 now. Miller has it on the right wing. Ramsey had it for a moment. Kylie in the game for Lady Tigers. Also, Molly Pierce in for the Lady Tigers. Here's a driving hook shots up and good by Pierce. Nice move by Molly. And she just aired it out, stripped the net from the side there and scored. So it's 39-8. And the Lady Hawks work with it. Curry over and driving in is Askins. She sort of power moved from left to right toward the basket. Split a double team, banked it, and scored. 41-8 now. Here's a pass quickly, and a long shot by Barrier. It's off, no good. Rebound, Hawks. Let's see. That is Long. Long drives in, puts a shot up. It falls off the side rim. Loose ball picked up. It got it down there to Askins. She had it stripped away. The Tigers have got it back, and now they're back down on offense. Miller drives in. Puts a shot up. She hit it, and she was fouled. Miller ran headlong into Rakia Mitchell. Mitchell gets called with the foul. Miller's going to go to the line to shoot one rather, as she hits the basket, and will have one shot at a three-point play. Strickland sits down. DeBerry sits. Strickland comes in. DeBerry sits down. I'll get it right. And the shot's up and good by Miller. So Hannah right now has got 3 on the night. If you're wondering, Askins has got 12 right now. 41-11. 2:54 left to go here, third period. Pass in the corner, down on the baseline, jumper up and no good there by Dilworth. Whistle and a foul called, however, that's going to put Dilworth on the line. That's going to be on, as Steve said, it's going to be on Kylie Ramsey. That's her first. And to the line is Addison Dilworth. First shot's off, no good. About the only thing we're excelling in here is we got a better free throw percentage than they do. And she follows with hitting the second shot. So 42-11, 2:47 left to go here in the third. As Molly Pierce dribbles to the right side, spin move, still dribbling. Now goes toward the lane, backs up, picks up the dribble, gets it to Strickland. Strickland changes places with it, tries to lob it in, and there's a tango for the basketball in the corner there as Pierce and Dilworth go into the corner for it. No, check, that's Green. Go into the corner for it. Touch last by Green. Tigers get it in now as Pierce has it. It's over now inside and then kicked back out to Pierce, and now a loose ball. It's going to be stolen away by Lady Hawks, and into the forecourt comes Zandira Cohill, I guess is how it's pronounced. Cook in the lane, turnaround jumpers blocked inside by Barrier, but there's going to be a foul called, and it's going to be on Miller. That's her third. On the line is Dilworth shooting two. First shot's good. 2:02 left to go in the third, 43-11. Second shot's off, no good. Rebound, Pierce. So, the Tigers bring it down. They go to Ramsey in the paint. Back outside now to Miller. Miller reverse pivots, drives, fadeaway jumper on the baseline's off, no good. Rebound, four. And it looks like Ramsey might pick up a foul here. Let's see. Yes, indeed. Ramsey was reaching in following the strip that gave up possession of the basketball. So that's her second. And with 1:37 remaining, down the floor comes Cook. Over in the right corner now to Green. Green got into a little trouble there, and a timeout was called immediately. 1:26 left to go in the third. Tigers down 43-11. We'll be back in 30. Hawks have the basketball following a timeout. They get it in to, that's Lacey with it, and she'll go underneath the Green. Green goes in and lays it up, it scores, and it's fouled. 1:21 left to go here as it has not been a good night for the Lady Tigers thus far. Right now they're down 18-5 just in this quarter, and now make it 19-5. Tiara Green hits the three-point bonanza, and it's 46-11. Pierce into the forecourt, goes to Ramsey, stolen away, picked up there by Dilworth. Dilworth over to Mitchell. Mitchell out and under, shots off, no good. Underneath by Dilworth, and they're saying it's out of bounds. Give it to the Tigers. One minute left to go in the third. So, Now, down in the corner with it is Miller. Gets it outside down a barrier. Lob down inside to Jean. Jaylee Jean, she gets a shot up, starts with a shot, but it gets it stripped. Now with it, it's Mitchell. Mitchell down and to the other end underneath the basket, trying to get it under to Dilworth. Dilworth gets held up under there. A held ball is the call. Reaching in there with barrier. And I believe Jean was involved in that too. Give it to the Tigers' backcourt. 29 seconds remaining in the third period. Pierce goes right side to Miller. Miller looking inside, can't go. Barrier on the head of the key, back to Strickland, who rolls from left to right, hands it off now to Pierce, or rather Miller. Now Strickland drives, baseline, goes underneath the basket, kicks it out. Here's a three-pointer by Miller off the left side. No good. Rebound. Hawks, they're running, and they'll throw it right into the hands of Miller, who will save it and get it to Pierce with that right at the buzzer, and that's the end of the third quarter, and it's 46-11. Tigers down. We'll take another pause here. We'll come back with quarter number 4. Jackson Southside Lady Hawks with the basketball beginning the fourth and final period of this game. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that this will be the final quarter as they get it inside to Askins. Askins is going to duke it out there with Kate Helen Parrish. And she is thrown to the floor. They got their arms locked. And they're calling a hell ball, and they're going to give it to the Tigers. That was an interesting looking play there as the Hawks went immediately to Askins down inside. Now with it and working with it's Miller. Backs her way into the circle, kicks it back outside. Here's a three-pointer. It's off, no good by Pierce. Rebound taken down by Askins, and she's running. She's going to stop. 18-foot jumper, no good. Rebound. Actually, it's Parrish is fighting it out there with Long. They're going to call a hell ball. Now it's going to be the Hawks basketball. Inbounds, 3-on-1. Tigers converge on Rakia Mitchell. And there's another hell ball. So we're going to give it to the Tigers. That's like 4 hell balls in a row there. Strickland across the timeline. Gets it over on the right side to Pierce. She drives to the right side. Stops about 4 feet from the inline. Goes back now to Strickland. Right wing. Strickland steps on the line. As she was backed in that corner over there. Askins and Curry both putting pressure on her in that corner, and she just had no choice but had to put her foot down somewhere. And it was out of bounds. 46-11 now. Lacey across the timeline. Picked up there by Pierce. Pierce just took it away from her. Way to go, Molly. She took it away from her and gave it over now to D-Berry. D-Berry bounced the ball over her defender and ended up with it on the other side. Curious looking play there. The Tigers work the perimeter. D-Berry on the left side now, being pressured, having trouble controlling him, reaching in and creating a hell ball there was Curry. And these young ladies are fearless. They literally don't care. They go after the basketball where it is. And if you're not prepared to protect it with all you have, they're going to get it away from you. Well, sort of like what Molly Pierce did a moment ago. Pass on the right side now to Long, down in the corner now to Askins. Now here's a three-pointer from the right side. It's off and no good by Lacey. Rebound is going to be for between Miller and Mitchell. And they're giving it out to the Tigers. I don't know whether that was a hell ball or whatever, but here come the Hardin County Lady Tigers down the floor. Barrier has the ball tapped away with these quick hands. That was Long checking in, and the Tigers are going to throw it away. Trying to pass it down to Strickland on the baseline. It was about 3 feet taller than her reach and went out against the pad on the end of the building. Hawks on the left side of Mitchell. Around the horn they go to Curry now under. They're trying to go underneath to Mitchell. Stolen away there. Stripped by Avery Beavis. Good play by Avery. Giving the Tigers a chance to cut this lead here. Strickland. 3:54 left to go here. Pass down on the low post and a timeout called by Brandon Kirk. With 3:48 left in the fourth, Tigers down 46-11. We'll take a pause here for a word from my sponsors, and we'll come back in 1 minute. So the timeout's concluded. Tigers have the basketball. They lob it inside. It's going to be stolen away and going up for a layup and missing it is Mitchell, or rather Cook, and Amira Cook is going to be fouled by Riley Strickland. That's her first. Tigers have Barrier, Lindy Kate Hosey, Avery Beavis, as Cook misses the first of two free throws and hits the second one. Also, Hannah Miller and Riley Strickland on the floor right now. Okay, with it now is Posey. She tries to lob it down on the baseline on the left side. Here's a three-pointer from the corner by Strickland. It's off, no good. Rebound taken down by the Hawks. Mitchell brings it into the forecourt. Over on the right side. Shot for threes off, no good. Rebound taken down by Miller and a whistle. Clock not stopping. They're just running the clock. Checking out Strickland. Into the game comes Jean. Jaylee Jean. Has it on the left wing. Dribbling. Cook trying to get a steal there. Jean keeps it going. Pass inside now. Barrier has it stripped away. And the Hawks running the floor again. Cook across the timeline. Barrier slaps it away. Long three on the left side. It's off. No good there by Cohill. And with 1:40 remaining, clock still running, Tigers will take it out on the end line.
Bill, what was the final score over there? I was trying to think how many we scored on their court.
I'll look at it in a minute. Barrier. Oh, it was we scored 27 on the
Yeah,
last
that's what
game.
I thought.
Yeah,
we were.
55-27. A shot's going to be up and good. Scoring for the Tigers is Lindy Kate Hosey. Got a rebound inside. She stuck it up and in with 1:10 remaining. The Tigers trailing 47-13. Driving in the lane and throwing it away was Curry.
I was just thinking about the
Rhythm.
remark that Ryan made at half. You know, they look a little more sharp or sharper tonight than they did a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I think, well, of course, I think a lot of it, that pressure is what done it. As the Tigers bring it down, Jean takes it down the left side of the lane, tries to force it on the baseline of Barrier, gets knocked out of bounds. Tiger ball inbounds. Here's Barrier for three off the left, off the back rim. Can't get those shots to fall. Got the rebound, another three. Finally got it with 28 seconds. Barrier hits a three. And that'll give her 7 points on the night with 19 seconds. Lady Hawks looking to get more here. They get it out to Cook. Cook over to Cohill. Cohill rolls right and then left. And that's the end of the game. It runs out.
Why did he
40
even call a foul there?
It looks like they just said we don't want it, I think.
Yeah, really. I mean, why you even call a foul there when it's going down? Unless you
I
get
don't-
paid by the foul.
Well, maybe we'll stick one in there for a little
Yeah.
bonus. I don't know.
Hey, I wanted to say this real quick now that the game is over with. I just got a text. The Lady Tiger bowling team's headed into town. They'll be rolling into the Savannah Bowling Center probably right around now, getting their 11th straight state championship.
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
Holy Toledo. It's gone beyond dynasty now. I don't know what you call it when you get to this point. They have just absolutely got complete dominant control, particularly on the ladies' side of the pen. They are a phenomenon. I mean, that's really I don't know if you'd go anywhere in the country and find any team of any kind that's won 11 straight state champions.
No. It's unbelievable, the whole thing that they did. But anyway, I didn't mean to throw you off.
Oh,
I
yeah.
got a text,
you got
and they
me.
were letting me know that they were running into town. I was trying to get that in right
I had planned to bring that up in between games tonight and make sure everyone knows that happened today. We'll try to give you more information on that as we go along. But for right now, let's take a pause for the cause, and we'll come back after these timeouts from our sponsors. The Tigers on the floor now, warming up, ready for their second meeting of the Hawks from Jackson Southside. I think we're there a couple of days before the ice storm hit, and back here in the friendly confines of Michaela Welch Gymnasium gives us at least an opportunity to go at it and come out with some type of revenge off of that loss. But again, this is a talented basketball school. Has been for a long time.
Yeah, they've had a rich history in basketball, especially more so. You know, it used to be on the men's side, and then the women's side caught up, and they've got, you know, two really good coaches over there. I mean, you can tell that their intentions are to try to get their way to the state tournament, and you know, they coach hard. I got to look at or get to view the girls' game a couple of years ago. You know, when we played over there, I think it was Ron's last season, and we went over there and they were taking on McNary, and this was in the region, and it was a different atmosphere. It had a whole lot more meaning, and they played that game a whole lot differently than I've seen them play a couple of games with us. Not only that, you know, McNary was pretty good that year, and you know, we went over there and beat South Gibson, which is a team that regularly, you know, they sort of split during the year, beat them, and then ended up playing Southside and lost. You know, it's double digits, but we were in that game. But my point being is when it's got a whole lot of meaning on it, this is a whole different basketball team. But I think that it is a good test for our girls. It should be something that they can, you know, use for experience. Some of the younger girls and go, okay, we got to get really good at defensively. We got to be really good with, you know, not getting too excited about how they're playing us, those type things, and, you know, running our defense and offense and stuff like that. This is what it's going to take to get to the next level.
Right. I don't see how you can, you know, fully evaluate how important it is for a young player to face the player they're going to see in the future, and so that they'll know what to work for. If you think you're good because you hadn't played anybody, it's a rude awakening when you finally do. So I guess it's probably a good idea to get it when you were a freshman or a sophomore, much more than it is as a junior and a senior. So first game gone, second game underway here in a few moments. So stay with us here on K93. We'll be right back with more from Michaela Welch Gymnasium. Nice crowd here. This is a Friday night, right? Am I correct on that?
Yeah.
For the weather improving, I'd expected there to be a pretty nice crowd, and the Tiger fans have come out to support these teams, and that's huge. It's going to be even bigger as we go down toward the finish line in the district and the beginning of the district tournament. So both teams have finished their warm-ups. Todd Brzezinski is now making the introduction to the crowd of the two teams, and now we'll begin introducing the starting lineups. And I'm going to have to yield to the sweatshirt here and see if I can dig these starting lineups up somewhere else. Braden Weldon is starting. Also, Simeon Graham, Robert Liggins, it is. And the lights are going out. I'll have to wait till they come back up with the warm-ups off to tell you who the others. I do know that the coach is Damon Fuller. And Taylor Couch introduced as usual for the Tigers. Jackson Burdine hits the spotlight. He's a junior. LeBarian White, a sophomore. J.T. Smith, a senior, another starter for the Tigers tonight. Senior Tanner Davis. And unless I miss my guess, it's going to be senior Carson Phillips, and indeed it is. Head coach Ryan Geyer, assistants Todd McGee and Nick Ritter.
Bill, I'm interested in seeing how Southside comes out. You know, last time we played them, Jackson got off to a pretty good start, and then they just put somebody in his face and was in his pocket the rest of the night out. Made it hard on us to get it to him, and JT had to end up running point.
Davis is going to jump against Simeon Graham. Also starting is Jamarian Grimes. Tap's going to be controlled by the Tigers. Burdine comes up with it in the backcourt. He'll dribble into the forecourt and run away here. Working against Liggins. Penetrates, backs up, starts all over again. About 10 feet outside the head of the key. Burdine drives, baseline jumper from about 8, no good. And a collision on the floor there as Phillips hits the floor. And that's going to be on the Hawks. Inbounds pass over to Davis for 3. Yes. Tanner Davis cans a 3 to open up here in the first quarter. The Tigers lead 3-0. And they work it down on the baseline there. It gets knocked back away, and then finally they say it's out on the Tigers. Give it to the Hawks. Lob inside, the alley-oop is up and good. And scoring is Simeon Graham, who gets a deuce there. Tigers get it across the timeline under pressure. Get it now to White. Over to JT on the right side. JT working in against Grimes. Puts up the shot, no good. Fight for the rebound, and Grimes plays a nifty move, bouncing it off of JT as they were headed toward the end line, and it goes out of bounds on the Tigers. 3-2 the score. Tanner Davis opens with a 3, and Hawks came back with a deuce. Here's a 15-foot jumper. It's off, no good. Rebound to Burdine. Burdine comes out of the pack, gets it to Davis. Davis in the forecourt, right side to JT. JT heads to the left, gets it to Burdine, who almost a handoff there. Burdine backs to the center court circle and bounce passes it to JT. JT in the paint, goes down now to White. White drives in the baseline, and they say he stepped on the line. And he kind of got squeezed to the sideline too. 3-2 Tigers, 6:40 left to go first. Graham, playmaker, gets it off, driving, putting up a quick layup there is Montgomery. It's off, no good. Rebound now, Burdine. on the left side now to Phillips. Phillips, reverse pivot, loses his balance, falls to the floor. It's picked up by Graham. Graham is going off, and he was ready to dunk it, and he's gonna end up traveling with the basketball. He looked away, lost the basketball,
man.
finally got control of it, and then went ahead and said, "I'm gonna dunk it anyway." But the official said, "Nope, a little too late there, Charles."
Well, we had 2 to go down, so he had an open lane.
He just lost the ball there at
Yeah.
the wrong time. Oh my. That's the things that nightmares are made out of. JT to Davis. Davis goes in the paint, going to go up for the shot, and he just got hammered in there as 2 Hawk players, Grimes and Graham.
He's getting up slowly. We don't need that. Oh,
And he
did
is
he turn an ankle?
Definitely got a traveling problem there. He's having a hard time putting weight on that left leg.
Yeah. I didn't see him go down.
Well, I saw him get hit. He got sort of sandwiched and then went to the floor. He's got 2 shots coming up, would think, but
Well, that's not good.
well, it would be Coach Geyer's option as to who would shoot in his place.
Well, we're going to put brother in.
So into the game, as Steve said, is Jaden Davis, the sophomore, all in the family. And let him shoot the free throws. Foul was on Grimes. Second team foul. First shot by Davis is off, no good. .556 left to go here in the first. Second shot's up and good. Davis comes back to the bench, and out comes Jacob Saunders, a junior. And across the timeline comes Graham. Working in the paint's Goodman. He tries to go under. It slides through. The ball kind of wiggled away there from Grimes. It got out of bounds. Give it to the Tigers. It's kind of rolled along the arms of about 3 players and finally ended up in the outside the line. Burdine will dribble it down the floor for Hardin County. Have it on the left wing. Rolls to his right. Now to Wyke in the corner, right side to Phillips. Backs his way in. Gives it off now to Saunders, to Wyke. Now to JT. JT to Wyke on the left wing now. As the Hawks going step for step with the Tiger offensive players. Phillips comes out and helps Saunders, who was getting into trouble there. Phillips with it here, the key, goes to JT. Now to White, back to JT. JT's in the paint, stops. About a 9-foot jumper, no good. Rebound is going to be Grimes. Grimes' outlet pass is intended for Graham, and it gets thrown away. And caromed off one of those players, went out of bounds. They say it touched the Hawks last, and the Tigers are going to throw it away on the inbounds pass. As White tried to get it to JT wide, and JT couldn't get that wide, and it's Hawk basketball on the baseline. 5:31 left to go, first period. Tigers up 4-2. Nobody burning the nets up. Montgomery underneath, going under and laying it up and in is Grimes. Jamarian Grimes gets a deuce underneath. We're tied at 4. Now Saunders caught by Phillips. Phillips to Wyke on the baseline, tries to bounce pass it along the baseline. It's going to be stolen away. Outlet pass down, going in for the layup is Montgomery. Missed it, but he's fouled. Foul is going to be on J.T. Smith, his first. And that's the team's first in the quarter. 4:59 left to go here. First period of a 4-quarter juggernaut here between the Southside Hawks and the Hardin County Tigers. First shot of 2 by Montgomery Cash is off, no good. Hawks in black with red numerals, by the way. Second shot's off, no good. Missed both of them. And the rebound is going to take an official's call to make. And it will be Tiger basketball. White steps up and is handed the unit. Gets it to Burdine. Whistle and a foul call. And it's going to be on Burns, his first. Davis inbounds, throws it right into the hands of the Hawks. Driving in, putting up the shot was Grimes. Rebound, he missed the layup. And JT comes up with the rebound, gets it down the floor and out. Goes to Saunders on the left wing. Well, that's Burdine there, rather. Burdine is going to beat his man to the glass. Goes in, puts the shot up. Got it, yes. Jackson Burdine now on the board. Tigers up by 2. 4:32 left to go first. Driving. Pass underneath. Shot blocked by Davis, who's back up running now. He's back on the floor for the Tigers. Hobbling a little bit. Got a block there, though. Pass down on the other end goes into Phillips. Phillips gets it out to Davis. Davis is going to get called for traveling with a loose ball on the floor. And it will be Hawk basketball with 4:16 left to go in this first period. Tigers lead 6-4. They go down in the corner. Back outside is coming through. The back was Phillips, and he just kind of went through Grimes and knocked him silly, actually. And that's not Grimes, that's Chris Mitchell. And it will be a foul called on Phillips, his first. Tap in and an easy basket as Grimes gets an easy 2 off the inbounds. Tigers bring it down, get it on the action and have it stolen. Steal it back, now stolen back. Driving in and putting up the shot is Mitchell. It's off, no good, but a whistle and a foul is going to put Mitchell on the line. And the foul is going to be on Tanner Davis, his first. It's good to know Tanner's back on his feet now. It looked a little scary there at first. Tied at 6 now and can be broken with these 2 free throws. As Mitchell hits the first of 2. And he'll go back for the second. Southside led very early. Or actually, it's the first time Southside's actually led. They lead 8-6 now as he hit both free throws. Pass over to JT for 3. Comes off hard off the back rim. Rebounded by Simeon Graham. Outlet pass down the floor. They go in the corner. There's a 3-point shot that's off and no good there by C.J. Cole. Now there's the Tigers try to run it back up the floor and the Hawks try to save it. And it's touched last by a Southside player. Give it to the Tigers. Now JT in the circle. Goes now to White. White drives in. Is going to go up with the layup. And he's going to get fouled from the inside there. And it's going to be on Mitchell. His first. Team's 4th. So the Tigers will be in the 2-shot penalty from here on out. There have been 3 fouls against Hardin County. First shot by White is off, no good. Second shot, got it. 8-7 now, 3:18 left to go here. In the first. Tigers down by a point. Cole to Burns, cross court on the right. 3 minutes now in the quarter. Hawks work it inside. They go to Mitchell. Mitchell stops, banks one from the left side off, no good. Oh, excuse me. And Phillips had the rebound. He lost it, and it's going to be put back up and in by Mitchell, and he's fouled. The foul was called on Phillips. It's his second. Mitchell's free throw is off, no good. Tigers get it across the timeline now to JT. Back to Tanner. Tanner kicks it to JT, giving it three. Takes a dribble, goes on the dribble, drives in the lane, puts up an 8-foot runner. It's off, no good. Rebound, Hawks. Outlet pass. Down the floor they go, and they try to get it underneath to Graham. It goes through his hands, out of bounds. I thought maybe there was a foul call there, but no foul was forthcoming. The Tigers will take it out. Facing full court pressure now. Half court trap here. Now they're going to get it to JT. JT will break it easily. To Tanner. Back to JT. Over now to White. White drives, baseline, stops, 6-foot jumper. Got it, yes. White's got three tonight. The Tigers cut the lead to one, and there's a floor mistake by the Hawks, and the Tigers are going to take it out back court. I think he traveled with it. Inbound to Davis. Davis tries the long three. It's off, no good. Rebound, Graham. Down the floor they come running, a pass underneath. It's alley-oop. It's off, no good. They try to get it into Mitchell on the alley-oop. Rebound, Davis. Davis off now to Burdine. Burdine in the forecourt. 1:50 left to go in the quarter now. 10-9 Southside. Pass inside. Corbin Smith in the game for the Tigers. There's going to be called for traveling, I think, as he got a hold of the basketball. Might have been 3 seconds. I don't know.
They got him for a walk. I thought he kind of established his foot. He was on one knee.
Went to his knee, yeah. 1:35 left. The Tigers down by one. Hawks with the basketball. Goodman on the left wing. Down in the corner, he tried to pass it under, and it's going to be laid up and in by Mitchell. He's got 6 tonight. And the Tigers try to get it in and under pressure. They're pushed out of bounds. They're going to give it to the Tigers again with 1:19 remaining here in the first. Davis inbounds it to White. Back to Davis. Now back to White at midcourt. He's in the forecourt on the left wing. Cross to Davis on the right side for three. Yes! Tanner Davis knocks the bottom out from outside the three-point circle. Here's a lob in. Graham going in. That is, Graham going in for the shot. He hit it and he's fouled. Graham went to the right side. A little jump shot. Going to be on Corbin Smith, his first. Graham gets the deuce, and he'll get to go for the three-point play with 54 seconds left to go in the quarter. It seems like this quarter has lasted an hour.
Oh, we're just in the first, aren't we?
I know, we're still in the first.
I looked over there. I thought it was about halftime.
And here's Graham was taking his time on his free throw. He missed the three-point play, but the rebound's taken down by the Hawks. Shot up, no good. Rebound finally going to be picked up by White coming out. That might be Saunders.
Yeah, it was
That's
Saunders
Saunders
with the ball
underneath. And there's a whistle and a foul called, and Saunders is going to get to go to the free throw line. Foul's on Montgomery. And Now they're saying Tanner Davis is going to the line. He didn't have the ball, did he? We'll take it. Tanner puts the first one cleanly in the nylon. And ties the game with the second one. We're tied at 14 with 45 seconds remaining in the first period. Across the timeline comes Liggins. Looking in, trying to find Graham. He's backed and fronted there by Davis and Smith. Down on the left side now to Montgomery. 25 seconds. To Goodman. Pass in, driving in, and scoring was Grimes, who got it about 10 feet from the basket, drove in, put it on the floor once, and laid it off the glass. And the ball will be turned over in the backcourt by the Tigers as pressure's doing its damage against the boys' team as much as the girls here, with right now only trailing by 2. Inbounds, they go to Montgomery. Down underneath, and the steal by Smith as they try to lob it over to Grimes underneath. Smith got the tap. It's knocked out of bounds, touched last with 6.8 seconds remaining in the quarter. The Tigers need to get one more shot off, tie this game, or go ahead on this trip down the floor. 6.8 is enough time to get it down there. Davis gets it now to White. White in the forecourt, over to Burdine. Burdine stops, jumps, shoots, and missed the jumper. Yep.
Yeah, he got hammered too, got knocked down, and the ball was deflected. The crowd's not happy. Good Lord.
16-14, the first quarter score. Tigers trail by 2. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Sixteen to 14, first quarter score. Jackson Southside Hawks taking advantage. It's a close game. This one may go down to the wire like it did the other night and sort of trailed away at the end. So, Hawks work the perimeter. Tigers in the zone. Here's a pass underneath. Steal away by JT. JT got the bounce pass down low. Got it over to Davis, and Davis is now in the forecourt on the dribble.
BLC 3 out there.
And
he's a three-point killer. He was a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I thought that was 5. I don't know. Anyway, driving under goes Burdine. Burdine missed the bank shot on the right side of the lane. Loose ball was out to JT, a long rebound, and a whistle and a foul called, and it's going to be on Liggins. And Burdine will inbound it for the Tigers to Davis. Davis taking the immediate 3.
Oh.
Yes. Man, what a monster 3 by Tanner Davis. And the Tigers regain the lead, 17-16 here. With it now is Liggins on the left side. He gets it over to Montgomery. Montgomery looking in the corner. Here's the Hardin Co shot's going to be too long. Caught the rim on the backside and went out of bounds. And touched last by the Tigers. I'm thinking Either that or none of our players want to pass the ball inbound. Liggins has it side court on the right side. Lob in. A little jump shot from the side of the goal that's off, no good by Grimes. Rebound, Tigers get it to Davis. Davis will run the floor, go in, score. Tanner Davis went coast to coast and took it up and in. 6:44, Tigers up by 3 now. Inbounds and an easy deuce under there.
Yeah, that's a good look
by
23,
Graham.
too.
Graham got the feed from Grimes. And now there's a whistle and a foul as Burdine tries to work it up the floor. And the Hawks are going to be guilty of another personal foul. This one's going to be on Goodman, his first.
Bill, you notice they're really going to body Jackson up. They're willing to take fouls, keep him away from the basketball.
19-18. Burdine on the right side for 3. In and out, no good. Phillips is going to be called for reaching over the top.
Pushing off.
Yep. Carson Phillips picks up another foul here.
Yeah, he'll have to come out. That's his third. So that'll put Cord back in.
Yep, sure is. So now there's a whistle and a timeout called by Jackson Southside. 6:17 left to go in the second period. Tigers up 19-18. We'll be back in 30. All right, Hawks will take it out following the timeout. And we'll, Phillips indeed does go to the bench. They go now to Graham. Graham drives the baseline. They could say he stepped on the line. Getting down there. Everybody's playing next to the sidelines tonight. I don't know what's happening. But the Tigers get the basketball out. They get it to Burdine. Burdine in the paint, goes down, puts up a running bank shot, no good. Rebound is about to be in the hands of Burdine, and it got knocked out of bounds by Burns, Jamarian Burns. It'll be Tiger basketball out on Burns. Give it to Burdine on the baseline. In to Saunders. Now to JT, dribbling right then left on the outside. Stops about halfway down the lane, goes underneath to Davis. Davis drives, is going to try to shoot, put the shot up.
They're going to get him
Finally,
for a walk.
they're going to call Corbin Smith got involved under there, but he ended up walking with the basketball, or at least that is the call. And a turnover will give it to the Hawks with 5:42 left to go in the first half of play. They go to the left wing to Cole. Now to Graham. To Cole, back around now to Grimes. Pass in, steal by Saunders. He just came through and took it, picked his pocket there.
Well, go.
See,
Yeah.
He stuck it. We're going to have to hurry. We're not going to make the 10-second. Davis finally gets it down, and it's going to be stolen away. And coming up with it is a Hawk who is, I think, trying to turn into a running back.
Well,
And there's a whistle.
Jacob just lost where he was. All he had to do was turn and run down the court. They were giving him the whole sideline over there.
That's the second foul on Carson Phillips, or rather on Corbin Smith.
Yeah, we don't need our big guys getting in foul trouble, that's for sure.
No. He's got 2 now, as I said. 5:13, I don't know what they're waiting on. Now they're going to finally hand it over to the Hawks, and they'll come in out of the backcourt, go to the right side. Looking for it there is Cole. Outside to Liggins. Down in the corner. Grimes with it. And there's a offensive foul called on on south side. It's going to be on Mitchell, pushing off on Smith underneath. So that'll be a plus, another foul in the column for Southside, plus the basketball. Burdine gets it down the floor now to Saunders. Saunders drives in, stops in the paint about 8 feet away, kicks it right back to Burdine on the left wing. Now to JT. JT drives in, stops, fires, missed it. Rebound, Hawks. I think that was Grimes with the rebound. Outlet pass down in the corner. On the other end is a driving jumper. It's off no good. Follow is no good. And now the third follow is no good. And finally put up an in after 4 shots. That was Graham on the basket.
Well, they had it pretty easy in there. We don't have any bigs in there right now. We've gone all small.
Southside up by 1 now. A shot by Burdine for 3's no good. Rebound. Hawks in there running. Driving in and scoring over the top of Davis is Grimes. He gets 2 there.
They've seen it too. They're starting to attack the paint now. We don't have anybody.
So the Tigers get it down. They're going to go under it, and there's a collision underneath as White runs smack dab into Simeon Graham, and I think it's going to end up as a foul on Graham. Graham's coming to the bench under duress. I don't know whether he's bleeding or he said something, because there was no technical call. And since that's only the 4th team foul, I thought perhaps they would say that White was in the act of shooting, but not. They don't. They got it now in, driving in to Saunders. It goes under, missed the layup. Had to go over a Hawk to do it, but he missed it. And down the floor they come. Rolls out on a layup there by Graham. Fight for the rebound and a whistle. Who knows what this will say. Foul's going to be on JT. That's his second. And to the line will go Chris Mitchell to shoot 2. Got the first one. 23-19. Tigers falling down by 4 now. 3:36 left to go in the second period. Second shot's good. Burdine gets it to JT in the forecourt. He's guarded by Mitchell. JT moves toward the head of the key. Mitchell side by side. Down now to White. White drives, stops, fires, missed it.
Yeah,
and they're going to call him for traveling.
Yeah. He sort of did a stutter step after he stopped.
And
I think if he would have taken it on up, he'd have been fine.
They kept passing it down and going in and trying to get it sneaky in the backcourt. In the backcourt, there's a whistle and a charging foul, I believe. Yes, it's going to be a charging foul on Grimes. That's his second. And 3:11 left to go in the half. Tigers need to make up 5 points here, minimum. Nifty pass there by Burdine to JT. Burdine goes in the paint, drives under.
Nice.
Missed the layup. Oh, it was in and out.
Man.
With the rebound is Saunders. Back out to Burdine. Burdine drives.
They're going to get him for a walk.
Fall into the ground and threw it up to see if it would go in, and got a call for traveling at the same time. That's what we call multitasking.
Man, it's something to have a move like that and not get anything out of it.
That was
a
a
beauty.
terrific move to the basket. It just did not go. Now, Hawks work it. Grimes over in the corner, and they're going to throw it right into the hands of Saunders. Saunders gets an errant pass, turns it into a turnover. JT to Davis. Davis stops, shoots a 3 off the front rim, but awfully quick on the draw that time. Driving in goes Goodman. Goodman underneath, shot from the right side's off, no good. Battle for the rebound. I think Graham had the shot that didn't go, and then the rebound got knocked out, touched last by the Hawks. 2:23 left to go in the half. Tigers down 24-19. Just joined us, Lady Tigers fall 48-16 in the opener tonight. And the Lady Tiger bowling team is in town. Congratulations to them. Burdine working against Mitchell. Drives in. Ball squirts up. Coming away with it is White, or rather Saunders. Saunders on the right wing now. Looking for some help. Goes to White for 3. Yes! Lamarion White knocks down a monster 3, and it cuts the lead to 2 now with 1:44 left to go in a half. Across the timeline comes Goodman. It's a stolen away. Coming up with it, Saunders. Saunders to JT. Back to Saunders. Scores! That's going to tie the game at 24. 1:30 remaining here. Working with it outside now is Goodman. Goes to Burns. Burns again on the left wing. Back to C.J. Cole. Pass is stolen away by White. Tigers' defense is getting them back in the game. Now, JT on the left wing. Goes to Burdine way outside. 1 minute now. As Burdine eats that little clock and it goes out of bounds, it's knocked out by Amari Goodman, who made a hustling defensive play, just couldn't control it after he knocked it loose. JT, side court at the mid-court line. Now Burdine drives in, goes under, tries to squeeze one off with 44 seconds left. It won't go. Hawks with the rebound. They're back down the floor. They're driving down on the baseline. Jumper's going to be up and good as Jamarian Burns is going to give the Hawks a 2-point lead here with 32 seconds remaining. Tigers get it to JT in the backcourt. Back to Davis. Back to JT. Now to Saunders. Saunders to Burdine in the corner. He drives in the paint, goes under, loses it, picked up by White. Now Burdine gets it. It's working. Stops. Jumper. Won't go. Rebound. Hawks. 6 seconds. Airmail it down. It's blocked by Davis at the buzzer and then finally put up and in right as the horn goes off, and they're going to count it. And is it 10? Yeah, I think that's Graham. It's going to pick up a deuce right there at the end because Davis blocked the shot before, and it looked like they were going to draw away with nothing, and they ended up getting a deuce right at the horn.
Well, I was just thinking, we went small there the last half of the second quarter, and I was thinking to myself, we're going to get by with it, but we didn't get by with it right there because we didn't have anybody to block him out on the follow-through. He's so much taller than everybody else. But what a great half of basketball, 28-24. It's been sloppy, both teams, a lot of turnovers on both sides. But this is a kind of game, if you're the Tigers, you want to keep it going like this. You want to muddy it up and get it to the fourth quarter.
Give yourself a chance to win.
Give yourself a chance here at home.
Tanner Davis got to take your hat off with a sprained ankle. I mean, he looked like he might be out for the night, and he ended up scoring 5 points in the second quarter alone with 13 for the night. So, where would we be if he hadn't been on the floor? So that's the Tigers now trailing 28-24 at halftime. We've got more basketball for you right here from Michaela Welch. Don't you dare go away. Stay with us here to the end. We'll be back after these words.
Welcome back to Michaela Welch Gymnasium. I'm Steve Cornell along with Bill Sharp bringing you Hardin County basketball action. 28-24, the Hawks on top of the Tigers here at halftime. And then we'll bring in Coach Brandon Kirk of the Lady Tigers. And let's go back to Wednesday night. Didn't have a chance to be here. I was out of town, listened to the game, but didn't seem like I missed a whole lot. North side, I was trying to think, I can remember back when Northside was so really talented. Yeah. And, they were very, very good in ladies basketball. But you did what you had to do. You're supposed to win that game, and you did.
Yeah, we came out flat. We came out flat in the first quarter. I thought struggled getting matched up. And I subbed the starters out, all 5 of them, real early. Put 5 more in, just for a defensive spark. And then we woke up, and then the rest of the game we took care of business. We handled the ball well, shot the ball well, guarded well. You did what you were supposed to do.
Well, like I told Coach Geyer, it was good to get a win in the district.
Yeah.
And get back to 1-1. That's a lot easier to deal with coming into tonight's game and being 0-2 and having to face Southside. But this game was lopsided, on the score, and for the most part, we don't match up well with them at all. And sometimes you just don't match up against teams, and they're a very good basketball team. They got a lot of experience, got a lot of tournament experience, defending state champions and all that. But, I thought we actually played better over there in the second half than we did the whole game tonight.
We did. And like you said, it's just a matchup thing. It's our backcourt's young, and we can try to simulate it over and over and over in practice every day. But what they do is once they're like sharks. Once they figure out, hey, you're panicking against them, they shut down they just hard deny all the wings and then say, hey, Riley Strickland, Lily Beth, whoever it is, you're going to have to go around me one-on-one. We're going to play one-on-one, and we're not to that level yet.
Yeah, I was telling Bill, we were talking about it at halftime of the girls' game and at the post game too, that those type games, I think you can tell me if I'm thinking wrong or not, but I think those type games are really going to help the younger players as they move forward to understand what you have to do to get to that level if you want to make it through district, region, and hopefully get to a state tournament one day.
Yeah, and that's what I tell them. There's nothing. Could we have played better? Of course we could have played better. Did we know we were going to turn the ball over 1,000 times? Absolutely. I knew that was coming. And you tell them, you don't get better by going out and playing other schools' JV teams. You go out to play, you play the best, and that gives you, that kind of shows where you need to be, and that's what you learn from. It's fun don't get me wrong, it's fun going and beating Northside by 30, but you get better playing the South Sides. Yeah. And, that just sets you up for the future. Like our backcourt will be back next year. Both our girls in the backcourt will be back next year, and they'll have a year more experience under the belt.
Well, that's what I was telling Bill. This pressure, when it's just relentless like they can be sometimes, it makes you see things you think that's there. It makes you hurry up. It makes you take shots that normally when you wouldn't shoot. And I said, as a player, if you watch film on this game, they're going to sit there and go, did I do that?
Exactly.
I don't remember doing that.
Yes.
Why did I do that? And so it's a learning curve,
it definitely
to say the least. And it also, the other way, not only on the court, but it helps you understand that you got to get in the weight room.
Yes, that's what we preach, and that's what we've done from March to October. I mean, we lift, and I told last thing I said before I walked out of the locker room after the game, I told Lily Beth, I was like, go eat as much food as you can and go let's lift weights. That's what you got to do. Like, go eat everything you find and get in the weight room.
Yeah.
And we're going to be okay. You're going to be able to handle that when you see them again, like next year.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it was going to be a tough out for us, but Lady Tigers come out. They did the best they could and fought.
Yeah, they hustle. That's what I will say. There's no quit in them. They'll hustle and fight, and that's a testament to them. And I think we play hard regardless of whether we're up 30, down 30. I don't think you can tell any difference in it.
All right, good deal, Brandon. And we'll talk about this game more tomorrow at Sports Talk at 9 in the morning and get you set up for next week as the Tigers have a big week. It's homecoming week here at Hardin County High School. We'll take a quick timeout. 28-24, the Hawks on top of the Tigers here at halftime. We'll take a look at the scoring in the first half when we return. This is Hardin County basketball on 93.5 FM.
All right, looking at the scoring in the first half here for Southside, leading scorer is Simeon Graham with 8. He and Chris Mitchell both have 8. Let me take that back. Jamarian Grimes way down at the bottom has got 10. I didn't see that. Is the leading scorer for the Hawks tonight. Jamarian Burns has 2. The Tigers, as I said earlier, Tanner Davis with 13. Lamarion White had 6. Jackson Burdine had 2. Jacob Saunders had 2. Jaden Davis came off the bench when Tanner was injured and scored a point, and that's about it. Noticeably not scoring many was Burdine, or low for his, but as Steve said, they're putting a great deal of pressure on Jackson. And problem we have here is we're ready for the second half, and Southside hasn't come out of the locker room yet. Here they come. But that's led us to a 28-24 halftime score. If you just joined us, the Lady Tigers fall 48-16 in the opener tonight. And we're all getting set here for on Tuesday night when Lexington comes in. Check that's McNary comes in. And then we'll give you some updates on the change in schedule due to the ice storm. Tigers have it. They get it underneath. Take it under to White. White takes it to the glass, lays it up and in. Starting the third quarter off, White picks up his 8th point. Hawks coming down the floor with it. And drifting to the right side is Liggins. Tigers in a 2-3 zone now. On the left side, they're going to force him to shoot from outside. It's a pass over on the right. Montgomery tries to drive and is going to kick it out of bounds. I think he dribbled on his foot. Give it to the Tigers. Burdine to Davis in the backcourt. JT to Burdine. Tigers beat pressure to Phillips in the forecourt. Now, pass in the corner now to White. Loose ball goes all the way through the lane, and it's going to be picked up and taken there and driving in for a dunk is Graham. He missed it. Comes bounding out, and it's going to be picked up by Liggins at midcourt. Passed over on the left wing to Montgomery. Here's a 3 off the right left. No good. Davis with the rebound. Tanner Davis cleans the boards and will dribble up the floor. He's known for taking it to the glass at this point, but he hands it off on a handoff to JT. JT drives in, puts the shot up. It's blocked by Grimes. And it will be Tiger basketball when the ball went out of bounds. JT thought he could sneak one in there. And Grimes said, no, you don't. Davis goes under to JT on the sideline. 3 by Tanner Davis. Tanner Davis picks up his 16th point tonight. And the Tiger lead is 1 now, 29-28. 6:03 left to go, third. Hawks working from left to right now. Liggins with it. over to Goodman. Neither one of those players were, Liggins, I think, was a starter, but Goodman wasn't. Here's a jumper. It's up and no good. Another rebound, and finally Graham is going to stick it back up and in.
Boy, he's a nuisance under there for sure for us. He's physical, too.
He's got 10 tonight, and the Tigers trail by a point. Burdine beats his man to the baseline, stops, kicks it now to Davis. 12-foot jumper, he got it, yes.
Boy, he's feeling it.
Yep, he's in the zone. Across the timeline, driving in is Goodman. Missed the shot, rebound Hawks. Another shot, this one's going to be by Liggins, is no good. Rebound Davis. Davis out to Burdine. Burdine in the forecourt. Dribbles through the circle from right to left and comes out on the left wing. Behind the back dribble. Gets a pick there from Phillips. Passes off now to Davis, baseline. Davis drives, looks for some help, gets it out now to Wyke. Wyke about to fall out of bounds.
Get out of that
Passes
corner.
under now to Phillips. Phillips under, missed it. I thought it was going to fall, but it fell off and was knocked out by Phillips. He had a shot. He was trapped under there, had his back to the rim, and he tried to backhand it up there, and it went over the rim and just would not fall. 31-30 now. Tigers up by a point. Jackson Southside, Liggins with it to the left wing. Outside to Burns. Back to Liggins. He'll jump a 2 there just inside the 3 circle, and he'll score on a deuce there, giving Southside a 1-point lead now. Phillips gets it head of the key. Now to JT. Back outside to Burdine. Burdine moving left to right, stops on the right wing, works against Montgomery, drives on the baseline, looking for some help, has to bounce it out. It's going to be stolen away by the Hawks, driving in and scoring on an easy layup there.
I don't know what's over there on that right corner, but we love
Liggins.
getting over there.
We've been over there all night.
Yeah, and we've turned it over a bunch over there, too.
Now the Tigers go to Wyke on the left. He drives in the paint, going to try to put up a jump shot. There's a whistle and a foul is called, and Wyke's going to go to the line. Lamarion Wyke.
That's a good move by Lamarion. He got up, got his body into the defender.
Jamarian Grimes picks up the personal. That's his third. And to the line goes Wyke, shooting 2. Oh, yep, shooting 2. First shot hit everything but the kitchen sink, but fell in the cotton. So that's all you need. Find yourself some string music. Second shot, boom, got it. 34-33. Tigers still down by a point now, but 3:40 left to go here in the third quarter. And this quarter's already going by faster than that first one. I don't know what happened there. But Liggins gets it over now to Burns. Now to Cole. Now to Burns. Driving in and laying it up and in was Grimes. He's going to get his 12th point. He pretty well has his way inside. So Burdine on the right wing to Davis. Davis now gets a pick from Phillips. Stops, shoots. I thought he tried a bank shot. It missed it. Rebound, Hawks out in the pass and going down. And this time he's going to lay it up and in. Graham lays up the shot rather than dunking it. And he's had a bad experience with that tonight. 2:53 left to go here in the third. 38-33. Timeout on the floor. Timeout. Hawks will be back in 30 seconds. Tigers have it out following the timeout. Burdine gets it now to Phillips. He hook passes it on the right side of JT. Now back to Burdine on the left side. Burdine drives in the paint. Loose ball, kicked around. Let's see who's got it. Now it's loose again. Finally, it rolls out of bounds. It was touched last, I think, by the Hawks, but they're going to give it to the Hawks. Grimes looks up like, what in the world happened there? Grimes checks out into his place. Comes Mitchell. And there's a pass into Mitchell. Mitchell's a 3-foot jumper in the lane's off, no good. Missed it. Rebound Tigers. I think Phillips got it. Kicked it out to Davis. Now back to Phillips underneath. He drives in, has a bank shot, a hook shot. Missed it. Rebound, take it down, and Graham comes up with it. Down the floor they go. Here's Cole. Tries that three. Thank goodness he didn't tear it off again. But the rebound's going to be taken by Graham and put up back up and in.
They're killing us on the boards right now.
So 40-33. Tigers work it in the forecourt. JT goes to Davis. Davis underneath out of Saunders. Saunders hits toward the circle and then moves out and gets it to JT. JT goes in for the bank shot. Running on that side is a whistle and a foul call. It's going to be on Mitchell.
What's Tanner got right now, like 17?
18.
18, so he's met his average. We need some scores to come out, help him out.
JT's on the line. He's got a chance to add 2 here.
Tanner's kept us in the game.
All my coaches told me there's no excuse for missing a free throw. Always, throughout my entire basketball career. First shot's off, no good.
Well, there's nobody guarding you. But it's a lot harder.
There's no excuse for
than it
missing
looks. Yeah.
He'd always say it's just because you hadn't practiced enough. You just hadn't practiced enough. I told him it didn't make any difference how much I practiced.
They're bringing JT over. He may have some blood on him. They're going to make him. I guess they're going to make him.
Yeah, we don't want any blood.
He's got something. He's probably got blood on him.
Bloodborne pathogens.
Yeah.
But
well, used to. They just let you bleed.
Coach Fuller wants to full description of what's going on.
Well, they're probably going to make sure that he shoots and they don't get somebody else out there. I'm just guessing. Nobody's looking at him.
It's like it's on the side of his shirt.
Yeah, it's got it on his shirt, too. Do we not have a towel?
They're still kind of hemming and hawing.
Yeah.
Officials waving them back on the floor, so we're not going to take a timeout here.
Yeah, they're going to put somebody in the game. They're going to bring Lamarian back in. I think it's on his jersey is what it is.
Wonder if he can he's
Or maybe,
taking his top off. He's down there. Maybe it's something he had on under the shirt. I don't know.
Yeah, he's got.
Oh, he's okay.
Yeah,
They're applying something to his face.
Yeah.
And so Lamarian White comes in and hits one of the free throws. And now he's got, as the Hawks come in and driving the lane, put up a shot, no good. Follow's going to be up and good by Mitchell.
See, Grimes was a part of that. He kept that ball alive.
42-34. Now to Burdine. Burdine down to Saunders on the right side. Saunders drives to the baseline, goes back outside. Dangerous bounce pass to Davis, but Davis feels it, has it on the right side to Phillips. Phillips about 20 feet out on the right side, backs in closer, then kicks it back out now to Saunders. 51 seconds left in the third. Saunders working, drives,
Nice move.
scores. Jacob Saunders gets his 4th point on the night and cuts the lead to 6. 39 seconds remaining. Hawks dribbling across the timeline. With it is Liggins. The left side, right side to Burns. Down in the corner, here's a long 3 that's off, no good by Cole. That's your man.
Yep.
Driving jumper is going to be up and no good by Graham. He is fouled, however. That's going to be on Tanner Davis, his second. And that is Liggins, rather, than Graham, who's going to the line, shoot 2. First shot is off, no good. 42-36. JT checks back in, and out comes Carson.
Yeah, we're going to go small again the rest of the way out.
21-7 left here in the third. Second shot, off, no good. Rebound, struggle for it. A jump ball is called. The shot that was put up there by Caleb Nettles went in, but only after the held ball was called. So they're going to wave that off with 20.1 seconds remaining. There's an inbounds pass. It's going to be batted away, and now the Tigers will have it as they get it to JT. JT to Burdine, to Davis, back to JT. They're in the forecourt. 11 seconds. Burdine kicks it in the corner. Here's a 3 from White. It's off, no good. 5 seconds. Hawks with the rebound. Running the floor. Here's a shot at the buzzer. It's off, no good by Burns, and that's the end of the third period. The Tigers trail 42-36. Back in 60 seconds, Tiger fans. Hardin County Tigers have the basketball to begin the fourth quarter as White gets it to Phillips at the head of the key, standing there waiting for somebody to come by and take a handoff. Burdine fills the bill, and now there's a whistle and a foul called on Caleb Nettles reaching in as he passed in front of Phillips, trying to head off Burdine. White to inbound and having trouble. Way back to Burdine. In a circle on that, stolen away by Nettles. Nettles drives in, will go down, and they actually fake jump, had faked Burdine off, but he fell to the floor and walked with the basketball. So it's going to be the Tiger basketball following that floor mistake. That was precious the way it occurred. Now Burdine gets it down now to White under to Phillips. Phillips backs up. And
there you go. Yeah, he flopped.
And they're going to call him for a charge, backing into a defensive player.
That is so bad.
And that is
so many ways.
The fourth on Carson.
Yeah.
And with 7:28 left to go, Tigers trail by 6. Need some D right here. And there's a steal by White. There's some D. Davis gets it. Now the Tigers back on the offensive attack. They tried to pass it across the lane and didn't see White. White just grabbed it. Now Davis takes it, drives, going to go under, bank it. Got it, yes. Davis, full running bank shot on the right side. You've seen it. He hit it. It's 42-38 now. Tigers down by 4. With it, it's Liggins. Liggins being guarded by JT, and then Coach Fuller gets up and says, I want a timeout. So there's timeout on the floor, 6:49 left to go in the fourth period. Tigers trail 42-38 back in 30 seconds. Robert Liggins takes the inbounds pass, drifts to the left, goes on the right side of Burns. Burns drives in the lane, is going to try to go up with a shot, and he just throws it out of bounds. He met some resistance there with Davis and Phillips, obviously covering their territory.
Yeah.
There's a fall.
Well, there's water right there.
Davis slipped on sweat on the floor, and he's okay. He's up and gets it to Phillips at midcourt now to Burdine. Burdine takes a pick and spins to his right, comes back to his left inside the lane, put up an 8-foot jumper, missed it, but he's fouled.
Boy, that could have been ugly right there for Tanner. His feet just came right out from under him, right under their goal.
Yeah, it looked like a slip and slide deal. They've got some people out there and dried it up, so hopefully that won't happen again. Bird out on the line shooting 2. First shot's off, no good.
Well, we got to make free throws in this type game.
I got to bring my old coach back up here and let him get in there and chew a little bit.
Missed them both.
Rebound. Hawks come out of it with it. Nettles down the floor, goes into paint.
God,
now he's going to the floor, and he is
hurt.
not going to get up quick, I don't think. They're saying
What
come
in the
get him.
world
I don't
is
know,
going
something
on
else.
that end of the floor?
Hopefully the roof's not leaking. Is it raining outside? It was supposed to get rain tonight.
There's something going on.
But that's unusual. The 2 like that in a row when they just dried off the court. They got to do something about that.
Well, it doesn't help. He's laying around. They're going to clean that spot up. They're looking at that way, but yeah, he looked like
the injured player is Robert Liggins, and he is being helped off the floor. Is going to go to the locker room, maybe.
Yeah, his his knee kind of went.
Now he's curling back toward the bench. Maybe he's going to be all right and be able to come back in the game. Hopefully he's not seriously hurt for sure. And now
we got a towel going. We needed some towels. We need some donation.
You need to furnish some.
We got one towel doing
some
everything.
WKWX crying towels.
Yeah. Well, we got that one towel cleaning floors and cleaning players. And
Matthew Smith is on the floor showing what he's good for.
Yeah, the life of a
athletic
director.
I'll never forget Neil Haynes coming over and making me clean up a pile of dog poo off the football field one night.
Oh, God.
That's exactly what I was thinking of.
We've gone way off the rails now.
You had to know Neil to appreciate it. But it will be. Just go to show you people get put in their place ever so often, and that's kind of what happens. So Burdine will inbound it to JT. With 6:08 left to go in the game, we'll see what we can do here. Down 42-38. Burdine across the timeline. Working against Goodman. Stops on the right side, dribbles back through the circle. Now he's on the left side. Gets a pick from Phillips, drives, goes under, banks it and scores.
Boy.
My, what a move by Burdine.
That was a good, tough move.
And that's
right
his
there.
4th point tonight. Normally he's in double figures by now. 42-40. Tigers down by 2. Hawks with the basketball. Burns drives in the paint, puts the shot off the glass and scores. He just went over the top of Phillips.
That's a good move as well.
Got it off just before, Carson could react to it. Tigers to JT in the forecourt to Davis on the right side. 5:18 left to go in the 4th. Down 44-40. Phillips in the circle to JT. Now to White. White drives. Gets a bank shot. Missed it. Rebound. Burns. Burns in the forecourt. Goes in and is going to lay it up and in. Although Burdine was there, JT too, he still managed to pull off the deuce. There's a steal at midcourt, but a whistle and a foul called on the Hawks. It's going to be on Grimes. And that's 4 on him I've got. Indeed it is. Four fouls on Jamarian Grimes. Tigers get the basketball. More importantly, you're down by 6.
He kicked it.
And there's a kicking call. And White gets it to JT. He's dribbling out on the right into the paint. Loses it. It's going to be picked up there by Grimes. Outlet pass down the floor. Davis gets the steal. Now to Burdine. Burdine splits a double team, goes in, misses the layup. Rebound Grimes. Outlet pass to Burns. Burns is going to hold it up. His coach was standing right there in front of him and said, stop.
Yeah, time's on their side right now.
46-40, 4:17 left. We're a half a quarter away. Now driving is Goodman. Now whistling a foul called on JT. That's his third. Clock stopped at 4:12. Southside 46, Tigers 40. Hawks with the basketball. Goodman. On the left side now to Cole. Back to Goodman. Drives, shoots, missed. Rebound, Phillips. Carson bounce passes it to Davis. Davis running. Stops on the right side. Looking in there.
Yeah,
The ball's
late
got
bail.
away from Davis. It's going to be caught in the backcourt by Graham. And the Hawks will prevail with 3:43. That miscue right there could have hurt.
Yeah.
Now Cole has it. Back outside to Burns. 3:30 now. Tigers have got to make up 6 just to stay in the game. With it now is Goodman. He drives, stops, kicks it out in the corner. Tiger student section wanted a walk, didn't get it. Burns got it, drove it in. Reverse layup, laid it up and in. Oh, my. That couldn't have happened at a worse time for the Tigers. Here's a pass now to White. White gets it over now to Phillips. Phillips giving a free throw and wouldn't take it. Shot by JT, no good. Rebound is going to be taken up by Phillips. Actually, White took it up, and then Phillips tried to come back with a tip. It didn't go, and it's out of bounds. Touch last by. Thank goodness it's going to be off on the Hawks. Now Burdine stops, in, drives, missed it. Rebound is Graham. Graham. And the Hawks on the run. Goodman almost lost it, saved it. To Graham, head of the key, back outside now to Goodman. 2:39 left. Goodman drives, banks it, scores. Oh, my. They are hitting them at a time when we're not, and there's a 10-point difference here, a deficit for the Tigers. Here's Davis for 3. No, it's a little too hard. With the rebound and follow, it's up and good, and Lamarion White is going to get 2. He's got 13 tonight.
Yeah, Lamarion's played well. He's kept us in, too.
Well, his
We
average
look tired,
his
man.
average is 2 points a
Yeah,
game.
well, if
and,
everybody else get their average, we'd be up.
2:18 left to go. Timeout on the floor. 50-42. Tigers trailing. We'll be back in 30. All right. Hawks have it following a timeout. They got a long way to go in the backcourt. Tigers got full court pressure put on. There's a pass over the timeline to Grimes. Grimes Guarded by JT. Gets it off now to Goodman. In the corner, they go to Burns. Burns dribbles out to midcourt. 153. Now to Cole on the left side. Outside to Goodman. Goodman goes into paint, has it stolen away. White comes up with it. 142. Tigers can cut it here. Burdine across the timeline. In the circle. Loose ball gets batted away under there. I think C.J. Cole got a hand on that and ends up getting called for a foul. That's his first. No damage there. One thing good for the Tigers is that there will be a 2-shot penalty if they get fouled. The Hawks only have 2 fouls to deal with. The Tigers only have 2 fouls. Here's a 3-pointer by Wyke off the left side. No good. Struggle for the rebound. It looks like Graham took a cheap shot at Davis and got away with it. But Goodman across the timeline. 116. Tigers going to need to think about fouling here pretty soon. Now there's timeout on the floor. Timeout south side. 50-42. South side up. We'll be back in 60 seconds. .113 remaining. Hawks have the basketball, and the Tigers are on defense. They're going to have to do some fouling or got to conserve this clock, or they're not going to have a chance to make up the 8-point deficit. Burns will be looking. Goes to Loggins. Full court, or actually a man-to-man defense right now. Loggins has it on the left side. Going to pass it down inside, right into the hands of Burdine. I don't know who he was passing it to, but Burdine's got it to Davis, back to Burdine, and he'll dribble.
We give it right back to him.
He lost control of it, and it's going to be taken by Grimes and headed into the forecourt for the Hawks. 45 seconds left, and JT pulls the plug there and stops the clock, getting his 4th foul.
I'm not so sure why we let it run down so much. We've only had 2 fouls. That's our 3rd. We got 2 more before we put them on the line.
I know. Into the game comes Gabe Eloff. Pass off now underneath as Grimes has his pocket pick. Davis comes up with the basketball, gets it over now to Burdine. Burdine drives on the baseline, puts up a bank shot. That little sliding job he does on the right side. He caught the rim this time. He'll go to the line and he'll shoot 2. Foul is going to be on Grimes. That's 5 on him. I'm showing, yeah, he's coming to the bench. So Jamarian Grimes is fouled out, and they're going to have to.
Well, they're waiting for the coach too.
And they're going to put Chris Mitchell in his place.
He's a big kid too.
Yeah,
I don't know if you remember him over there.
Yeah, I saw him walking in front earlier.
I think somebody said he was a freshman. I hope not.
Jacob Saunders is, or rather, Jackson Burdine's on the line shooting 2, and he hit both of them. Now there's a timeout immediately after he hits the free throw. 35 seconds remaining. It's a 6-point game. Timeout on the floor. We will take a pause here, and we'll be back as soon as we're back. 50-44, the score. 35 seconds remaining in the game. Hardin County down by 6, needing a mini miracle anyway. Here's an inbounds and an immediate foul on Burdine that is going to send no one to the line because that was Goodman who was fouled. But Burdine picks up his first foul.
We need to get him.
Now there's a steal on the inbounds pass, and diving for it there was White, and he immediately called timeout as he hit the floor. And it's timeout on the floor. Tiger possession when we come back. 28.1 seconds remaining. Back in 30. So timeout call with 28.1 seconds remaining. The Tigers will have it out in the backcourt. Now we've got the old lineup toss in. We used to drill when I played back in the old days. White gets the inbounds. It worked. White drives in the lane. Scoots it out there to JT. JT crosses. Now Saunders had it. Now JT lost it, had saved it back right into the hands of Liggins, who took it straight to the hoop and laid it up and in, and he can stick a fork in the Tigers. We're done here. 1 second, clock expires, and that's it.
Well, I mean, we were dribbling around out here like we were ahead 52-44 instead of finding a shot, and then we turned it over. Yeah.
This has been a bizarre night, to say the least.
It's been a frustrating night, too.
I have seen some things weird tonight that you don't normally see.
Well, like I said, it's a young team, too, and they're learning, and, they'll learn from this. And, I mean, there's no moral victories, but they definitely played this team a lot better tonight here than they did a couple of weeks ago.
Well, I don't think there's any question about that. I think – after watching Wednesday night's game, I can say that this boys team has come on considerably since Christmas, and I think it's going to be a factor. And with a couple of breaks, could end up doing well in the district tournament. Maybe not winning it, but runner up is a pretty good spot these days.
Yeah, you're fighting for that first and second spot to get a home region game is what you're fighting for. But, there's playing games. You've got, six teams in the district now, 5 teams in the district. So I'm trying to think, us, McNairy, Lexington, Northside, Southside, Chester County. So you got 6. So you got 6 vying for 4 spots. So.
Right.
That makes it a little bit tougher over in the district tournament. But we got a lot of basketball to play before we get there. Next week will be a big week. I think we got 3 games on the books next week. I think it's Tuesday night. Tuesday, Friday, and
it's Tuesday.
Saturday or Tuesday,
Thursday. Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday.
Yeah.
I'm going to get that right. Yeah.
When they're all 3 district games, and, you got them at home, so it's a really good chance.
Well, Tuesday we got McNairy here. Thursday we got Lexington here.
And then Chester County comes in, I think.
Then Chester County comes in. And then on the 3rd and on the 8th we go to Lexington. So
yeah, we got 3 more at home, and then we'll be on the road for the last 2. So
now, next Saturday is Senior Day. And Thursday on February the 1st is homecoming.
Yeah. So a big week next week, homecoming week, some distractions.
Yep. So
other than the teams that are coming in, that'll be distraction enough for both teams. But both teams got a really good opportunity to make some hay in the district with that next week.
No question. 52-44, Southside pulls out a victory here. Looking at the scoring for Southside, leading scorers were Grimes, Jamarian Grimes, Chris Mitchell, and with 6 apiece. Simeon Graham had 4. And wait a minute, I'm looking at the first quarter. Let me get down to the end of the ball game. Okay, now we got it right. Jamarian Grimes had 12. Chris Mitchell had 10. Simeon Graham had 14. And Jamarian Burns, I knew I was running out of numbers there. Robert Liggins had 6, and Amari Goodman had 2 for the Tigers tonight. Leading scorer was Tanner Davis with 20. He was followed by Lamarion White with 13. Jackson Burdine with 6. Jacob Saunders with 4. Jaden Davis with 1. And that about does it. So Lady Tigers fall 16-48 tonight. Tigers fall 44-52 or 52-44, and that's 2 games to report tonight. Congratulations to the state championship Lady Tiger bowling team. Congratulations to the men's Tiger bowling team for finishing in the semifinals in the state tournament. Great year. Let's have another one next year. So, Steve, we got sports talk in the morning.
Yes, sir. 9 a.m. in the morning, we'll talk with Coach Kirk and Coach Gower. We'll get their perspectives of the games this week and take a look at next week and get their feelings on having a three-game week.
I challenge all of you to call in and give Steve a hard time in the morning.
You can call in. I'm not answering.
If that does it for us. For Steve Carnell and my old buddy Steve Smith, this is Bill Sharp saying, good night, Tiger fans. 6-2 and even